Thank you for inviting me. This first time in person and come to SF Live. My name is Chen Lin. I'm from Lin Asset Management. Also write a newsletter about what I'm doing, buying and selling. It's chenpicks.com.
Fantastic. Chen, thank you so much for coming in. It was the best intro we've had on the program so far. Much appreciated.
Thank you. Glad to be in person.
Absolutely. Oh, it feels so good. It's a bit of an industry get-together downstairs at the convention center. But everybody, like, people you meet are actually in a decent mood.
Oh, yeah. It's packed. The halls are packed. And I'm glad there's so many people coming, despite the turbulence on the market, coming here to learn, to get the best ideas.
No. I appreciate you making the time, coming to the studio. We're like 5 minutes away from the conference. Happy to chat with you about silver in particular. You made a couple of interesting points. We were on a panel together this morning, and one thing that stuck with me is, of course, your slogan. I think that was also the title of your presentation today. Silver is the new lithium. So I want to dissect that with you a little bit, and maybe you can give us a brief introduction. What do you actually mean by silver is the new lithium?
Right. I see potentially a boom. Silver will get to deficit first time in a long history. Okay, silver has been lagging gold for a very long time. Part of it is silver has a surplus. It's producing about 1 billion ounce a year. Okay, mostly from byproduct, from all the zinc mines, from other mines. Silver is a byproduct, so they just continue to produce. And then people, since we got out of the silver standard, people don't see silver as the money, so they just think it's one of the industrial metal. So as you quote unquote oversupply of silver price go down. Silver gold ratio is 80-1 now. I don't know. It just historically, I remember it was 10-1 or 12-1. There were arguments about that. That's back in the history. So silver so much. But I see what excites me is that the largest industrial application of silver is solar panel. Solar panel the trend has been loading factor. If you know, the loading factor is how much silver used in a particular solar panel has been going down in the past decade. That's well documented in the Silver Institute report published this year. What I see is their forecast is incorrect. And then silver, the loading factor, going to go up and go up exponentially. Let me tell you why.
Can I jump in real quick? When you say loading factor, is that the amount of silver used in a solar panel?
Right. Okay. Per solar panel, how much silver is used. Okay, yeah. So the reason is that the solar panel has reached an inflection point that if you want to increase the efficiency of the solar panel, which is very, very important. You think about, you build a solar farm, you need a construction, you need to buy the land, you need a power management, buy the battery, you need a power transmission line, and so on and so forth. So much infrastructure. Actually, solar panel is a tiny little bit cost. So if you can increase 5%, even 5% output, that's gigantic, right? Yeah. So people willing to pay. Right now, people willing double the price, but there's a new technology coming out. You have a little bit more silver, 50% more silver per panel.
Just a little bit.
Just 50, a little bit.
50%.
Yeah, only a few penny. You can up the output by 5%. How about the next technology? I saw the next technology coming. You need up, if you want to up another 5%, you need to increase silver by 300%. So what it does is the solar panel is reached the limit. Okay, I saw the diagram how they work. They build those silver fingers between those two. So what I have the light reflect back and forth between those silver fingers, artificial silver. So the increased efficiency. That's how they do it.
What is the efficiency right now actually of a solar panel?
Right now it's theoretically right now is 24%, and then practical is about 22 and a half. Or theoretical, the limit. The new one I'm talking about is 25 and a half. Even you think it's 1.5, but it's over 24%. So it's 5% more in the energy output. So that's the next generation. It should start next year. So according to the industrial, so basically we're talking about the load factor will jump by 25 to 50%. Okay, easily. So the silver usage right now is about 110, 120, 100 million ounce. 100 million ounce. So if you go up by 50% easily, so you think about it, that will go to 150 range. That will eat out all the silver surplus. And then going further, you need more and more silver. And then people talking about, right now people in the industry talking about double-sided solar panel.
Okay.
Yeah, because they need, actually they try to increase efficiency. Okay, there's if you're in a desert, you come in at the angle, there's a little bit of reflection from the back. They want to capture that as well. And then it's very easy to maintain because the desert, you have sand coming in, you flip it. You don't need to clean because the huge solar farm from here to the airport, for example, you take a month to clean, and then you're offline by a month. So then if you flip it and you clean the bottom, it's much easier to maintain. So that will double the silver demand. Yeah. Okay, right? You think about double 50% and 300%. The demand will be enormous. Yeah. We easily go to a few 100 million ounce, and we go to first time in history, silver go to deficit. That's my prediction.
That is an interesting prediction. Like it makes a lot of sense. I can see that happening. I can follow your reasoning. Absolutely. Like we're putting in a lot of new uses for silver as well, being it coating for medical reasons, because it has antibacterial effects as well. Do you see any other, like besides solar panels, any other, let's say, industries or products demand even more silver as well?
Yeah, it's also used in electronics, cell phone. All these are very in demand, going up nicely. But I'm just saying the solar panel is the largest, single largest. And then there is a lot of talk from you're from Germany. You know that Germany want to cover Sahara Desert for some solar panel. They can even just 1/4 of Sahara Desert covered with solar panel, have enough power for whole Africa and Europe. 100%. You don't need any more. So, of course, that's a dream. But you can see the demand will continue to go up. And then China is need a stimulus. China lockdown stimulus. Once they come out, there will be stimulus. Chinese government, they learned their lesson. They won't stimulate polluting the housing bubble anymore. They will build new infrastructure, which is solar panel is part of them.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So you manage family money to a degree, and your newsletter is called what Chen buys, right?
Yeah, what Chen buying, what Chen selling.
So what is Chen buying in that regard based on that theme?
The theme right now is use the next few months, use the downturn to accumulate silver stock, high quality silver stock. And when the silver squeeze coming, which I see is possible at least 10 times, maybe more, because before it was surplus, we have a little silver squeeze. If we have a deficit, investors jump in, we have a squeeze of nobody's seen. And it's easily go to triple digit, and then you can take profit. That's my plan. So use this downturn. The market is down more than 1,000 points today. It's good. And many silver stocks are down, and use that gradually accumulate silver stocks. Okay. High quality silver stocks.
Okay, now you opened a can of worms with adding the high quality part, because silver is a tricky one. Like there are a couple silver juniors around, but high quality is also a different definition. Like what is high quality for you?
Well, you need to have a good balance sheet, low cost, so they can stand the downturn. Hopefully they just raise money, or they have a. You can see, if you see the runway, you see the silver. If we wait for next April, right? Next April, Silver Institute will have a new silver report. If they pick up, if they finally recognize that, we'll have a big up on silver. For next 11 months, do they need to raise money? Yeah, okay. That's what fair. Of course, the management, the project, if they so, if maybe they need to raise money, maybe you want to put some money in when they raise, right? You got a warrant.
Well, I was going to say right now it seems like a good time. Like if you have cash to deploy in those juniors, getting a juicy warrant might. A 5-year warrant, like if your thesis really plays out, a 5-year warrant is the best thing you can get right now. Probably.
Maybe 3-year will come.
I'm greedy. Like I consult with companies as well. I tell them please don't issue any warrants. As an investor, I want warrants.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
It's a bit
absolutely.
Jekyll and Hyde kind of I want both. Right, so interesting. Like, have you seen some interesting companies down below? You don't have to mention names, because that's part of your newsletter. But have you been able to catch up with some good names?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of good companies on sale, and then they're going lower. As your market is going down, so they're going lower. I think as investor, you really can keep your eye wide open. Remember to buy it for the rest of the year. Try to have good opportunity, or even financing. Get a good warrants, and wait for uptick.
Okay, we talked a lot silver. Thesis is sound. I get it. I'm fully behind. I just put some solar panels on my roof in Germany as well, so I'm with the theme. Any other metals you look at, like gold, uranium, copper, like that would fit the theme of electrification to a degree as well?
Yeah. I think copper will be in demand because all these electrification, as you said, and they need a lot of copper. And I think, especially these days with what happened in Europe, a lot of smelter, a lot of processing plant is in a little bit trouble because high energy costs. So there will be shortage for a pretty long time just for copper. So I think it's good investment. I also like uranium. And as for gold, gold actually went up a little bit today. I see gold is a canary in the coal mine. Okay, if you look at the history, 2000, 2008, 2020, every time we have a crash of market, gold is the first to go up. That's why I want to tell your viewer to pay special attention to gold. Even you don't invest in gold, you just watch gold. Gold stabilizes, gold goes up, correction is almost over. So you can feel safe to buy more stocks.
It wasn't a big move today, but you're right. It's interesting, like how gold can be an indicator as well. And I've had discussions today or the last couple of days that gold actually held fairly stable. Like if you look at, yes, we lost from 2078 now to 1810, or let me double check. We're at you said we're up 1816. Right? It's held fairly well.
Bit, yeah.
It's held fairly well. Like if you look at the monthly chart as well, like what do you see supporting the gold price right now? Is it still like a safe haven investment?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think gold will be a great investment, especially this year with all the Ukraine war, with the confiscation of Russia reserve. I think there's a meeting happened a few weeks ago in China. All the central bankers are talking about we have 3 trillion. They have more than 3 trillion in the foreign reserve. What are we going to do with those?
Yeah.
Right? So I see there could be substantial buying from the central bank, not just China, but any country that may be a little conflict, maybe have conflict with United States, for example. So they would be worried about that. And also, another point I want to make is oil price is so high. And then the Middle Eastern country, oil-producing country, are making a lot of money. And those countries tend to be gold buyers. And then they have a lot of inflow of cash. It's very likely they will buy more gold. So I see gold is well supported. Technically, 1800 seems to be a crucial one, but we may drop below that. That will be a good buying opportunity. I cannot guarantee that. But if we stable above 1800, that will be a very good sign. And another plus is China has a terrible lockdown. The recent data shows Shanghai seems to COVID down 97% as of last night. So they're talking about open up in June. Okay. So, and I heard from my source in China that as soon as it open up, the gold will be pent up demand for physical buying. You know that you don't buy gold ring from the internet. You don't buy Amazon. You need to go to gold shop to buy because people cannot go to shop. Not just Shanghai. Everywhere it's like semi-lockdown. You don't go to shopping mall. You don't go to restaurant. But if China open up a little bit, we see a lot more demand for physical demand of gold.
Interesting. Yeah, like I've looked at the lockdowns as well, and like what it means for the overall economy as well, because we got ships parked outside the harbors, like they can't even unload or offload their cargo as well. I'm wondering what happens when that cork is being removed from international trade.
Yeah. I just hope I have friends. I mean, I exchange a lot of ideas with my friends in China, mostly Shanghai. They're hedge fund managers. I feel sorry. I feel very sorry. Sincerely, I feel sorry what they're going through. Then some were locked in the office, stay there. Originally, it takes 3 days, turned out to be 30 days and 40 days. And then if you want to go home, you have to walk. Walk for 10 miles, 15 kilos. Terrible life. I feel so sorry for them. I'm praying for them. I hope they get better.
Yeah, no, for sure. We can all hope that. Chen, thank you so much for coming in. Super insightful conversation. Really appreciate it. Silver, the new lithium. And good luck with your thesis playing out. I can fully understand and follow it. So
okay, thank you,
much
Kai.
Appreciate it. And
glad to be here.
Everybody else, thank you so much for tuning in. This was SF Live. We had Chen Lin with us of Lin Asset Management. He also writes a newsletter, What is Chen Buying and Selling? Go check it out. What's the website, Chen?
ChenPicks.com.
Perfect. Much appreciated. And make sure to follow us here as well. If you like the conversation, hit the like and subscribe button. And we'll be back with lots more content this week as well. Thank you so much.